Jon Snow seems to be the only person in the entire world who gets that it's time for people to set aside long-standing rivalries and join together to fight the White Walkers. Not really a big surprise there, as his family, at least on his mother's side, was instrumental in fighting off the Walkers during the First Long Night, 8,000 years ago.
Before she leaves with her father to go south, Shireen mentions that the crypts in Winterfell hold all the old kings of the north, including Bran the Builder. Bran is a semi-mythological figure who was part of that fight 8,000 years ago, and his name gives you a pretty good idea of what he was known for, building a bunch of important stuff.
Bran the Builder almost surely was the first Stark. Legend has it that he built Winterfell, which appears to have been constructed as impregnable to the Walkers. Legend also has it that he built the Wall.
You might be asking how a guy could have built that massive wall, and the answer is, with a little help from his enemies. That's right, the old tales say that humans, giants, and children of the forest put aside their thousands of years of fighting and animosity to team up, defeat the White Walkers, and forge the Wall. It's no accident that Jon Snow is in exactly the same position with the wildlings.
Both the Wall and Winterfell were built with magic the children of the forest shared with Bran the Builder. There's a saying in the north, there must always be a Stark in Winterfell.
There must always be a Stark in Winterfell.
This is speculation, but perhaps Bran made a bargain with the children. In exchange for their help saving humanity from the White Walkers, he and his descendants would always defend Winterfell, always ready because, you guessed it, winter is coming. Not just any winter, but the big one, the winter that brings the Walkers.
The Stark success in saving the realm from icy oblivion so long ago is why people in the North always say, the North remembers.
The North remembers.
They say it to Sansa because she's the last Stark, as far as any of them know, and many Northerners will seek to defend her life at any cost.
So let's talk about the Boltons, who are trying to steal the Stark legacy away. The Boltons and Starks have hated each other since the original Long Night. In fact, it's rumored that the original Night King, the human who turned on his own people and aligned himself with the Walkers, was actually a Bolton. Of course, some say the Night King was a Stark turned evil. Either way, the reason that the Boltons have a flayed man as their sigil is they took great pride in killing and flaying Starks for thousands of years.
You might wonder why the Starks would allow the Boltons to continue to exist. Here is the Stark problem writ large. Their sense of honor and deep-rooted humanity causes them to show mercy, particularly to children. But as Ned's concern for Cersei's children led to his death, so too did the unwillingness of the Starks to wipe out all of House Bolton in generations past eventually come back to destroy them.
The Boltons bent the knee to the Starks 1,000 years ago and promised both to stop flaying and to the end of the practice of prima nocta. But we've seen enough flayed bodies to know they didn't keep that first promise, and Roos's story of Ramsay's conception shows that they didn't much care for that second promise either.
Dany faces a similar dilemma. Do you eradicate your foes, or try to find a way to live with them? Initially, she tries the former, but Missandei reminds her to trust her own instincts, and that leads Dany to a radical conclusion. To make peace, she's willing to make a king of Hizdahr zo Loraq.
Showing mercy to your enemies might seem like a bad idea if you think about how that instinct is what got Ned executed. But, as history shows, it's not that simple. Bran the Builder got sworn enemies to forgive each other to team up against the Walkers. And Jon is clearly in the right when it comes to forgiving the wildlings, even if he's the only one who can see it. So is Daenerys doing the right thing by trying to make peace? Or does she need to unleash the dragons? The grim fact of the matter is that there's no real way to know, one way or another. But complex dilemmas like this are why this show is so compelling.
And we'll be back for another round of tough decisions next week on House Slate.
While Jaime and Brienne are in opposite ends of Westeros, it's clear this season that they continue to be linked by a common mission. Both of them have traveled to faraway lands chasing after princesses in danger, and in both cases, the princesses initially reject the chivalrous offer of